Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salamu ala Rasoolil Kareem. Last week I mentioned something regarding salah and the ibadat we do, that we can only reap the benefits and the fruits of our ibadat if our mu'amalat dealings are correct. Inshallah, today I will give you the blueprint, then inshallah we'll work off this inshallah in the coming weeks. So I'll give you the blueprint. What do we mean by mu'amalat? There's a big misunderstanding, especially around in the Arab world, but yes, in the subcontinent, a big misunderstanding. And when we say the subcontinent, we mean South Africans as well, because they're from the subcontinent as well, basically. Yes, so a big misunderstanding. What we have done is, and this is generally as well, in the Muslim Ummah, we have divided deen into, or you can say we have divided deen into two departments. So we consider ibadat, salat, fasting, zakat, these things to be ibadat, but anything beyond this we do not consider to be ibadat. So these things we consider to be ibadat, and anything beyond this is not ibadat. So now there's a big question I'm going to pose, and then I'm going to carry on. If this is the case, then how can Islam be a way of life then? Because then Islam is only teaching us how to worship Allah Rabbul Izzat. And every group under the heaven and the earth, some way or another, they teach people how to worship God. So how is Islam different then? Islam is not different, it's the same. So the meaning of Islam is much more deep than that which we understand. That we divide ibadat and anything beyond that to be something different. Whereas everything we do, like we say, I'll give you an example today, explain something. You must, on YouTube, ulama speak about this a lot as well, maybe. There's a few speeches as well. Balance between deen and dunya. You heard of this one before? Balance? Have you heard this before?
Yeah.
Balance. Anyone that is speaking about balance in deen and dunya, he has not understood what deen is. There is no balance. Everything is deen. My coming to the masjid, my sitting on the chair, my eating, my going to the toilet, my sleeping, me going to my wife, it is all deen. Who said these are not things of deen? Everything is deen. Everything. Once the Prophet ﷺ said, going to your wives, being intimate, this is sadaqah. Isn't sadaqah deen? So the Sahaba, they got a bit confused. They said, how can this be deen? The Prophet ﷺ said, aren't you protecting your chastity? What is greater than this? This is sadaqah. You're protecting other people from your harm. You can go out and do zina and adultery, but you are saving that for who? That energy you have got for your wife. So isn't this sadaqah? So everything we do in life, from the time we get up from bed to the time we go to bed, we don't have to differentiate deen and dunya. Everything is deen. As long as we do that correct, that's it. As long as we do that, whatever we are doing, we do it correct, that's it. That is deen. Me eating, it is deen. Me going to the toilet, it is deen. Me going to the market is deen. Me getting up in the morning to go to work, it is deen. Me coming back home smiling, looking at the wife, it is deen. Showering compassion and love to the children, this is deen. Everything is deen. Who said we need a balance? There is no balance. Everything is deen. But we got to correct something. What is that? Our mindset, that's all. Now I'm going to put a blueprint up here today. Everyone should take a picture and start working off this. Working off this. Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi says, there are two departments in deen. How many? Two. One are i'tiqadat and one are mu'amalat. I'tiqadat means worshipping Allah Rabbul Izzat and our relation with Allah Rabbul Izzat. This is i'tiqadat and ibadat. The other is mu'amalat, interpersonal relations and our relationship with other people. This is called mu'amalat. Then he says, mu'amalat, in reality he says mu'amalat, they are the practical and ethical dimension of Islam. What's he doing up there?
I'm just putting into personal relations.
I didn't even start. I didn't tell you to write anything, brother. He's becoming the mufti himself. Yes, yes. He stood here, mate. All right. So, one is ibadat or i'tiqadat and one is mu'amalat. And as far as these mu'amalat are concerned, he says this is the practical and ethical dimension of Islam that governs how a person interacts with other people, society and the world. And a person's deen is not complete if his mu'amalat are not correct. Then he divides these mu'amalat in 6 categories. How many? He says there's 6 dimensions of mu'amalat. Now you can get up. The first dimension, economic dealings. I've got a better chance. Give it to me. Why I'm writing this? The reason being, inshallah, when we leave the masjid, no one's going to listen to the recording again. So whatever, mashallah, by the time we leave, we just listen here and everything goes out here. It's all lost. If it is up there, we can at least look at it one time before we leave, or take a picture and then work off this. That's why I'm writing it down. And it's not our fault we can't go and hear the recordings again. We haven't got time. We're all busy. All right. What's this?
That's one.
MashaAllah. 1.
It's a dot.
That's 1.
It's a very big dot.
What does mu'amalat mean?
Interpersonal
Dealings. Dealings, that's it. The first one. We got all 6 up there, then I'll work of it. Economic dealings. Next one. Social dealings. Number 3. Marital and family dealings. Number 4. Political and public dealings. Spiritual dealings. Number 6. Dealings beyond humans. Now look at this carefully. There's a lot of detail I'm going to put up there yet. Look at this carefully. Is there anything? This is all deen. What is this?
Deen.
Your economic dealings, it is deen. Your social dealings, it is deen. Your marital and family dealings, it is deen. Your political and public dealings, it is deen. And your spiritual dealings, it is deen. And your dealings beyond humans with the other creations, dogs, cats, birds, it is all deen. Now you tell me anything here. Now, as far as our ibadat are concerned, we only do ibadat maybe maximum half an hour a day. So if you accumulate all the time we spend for the 5 prayers, is 45 minutes or 50 minutes maximum. The rest of the time, what are we doing?
All this, yeah.
Dealings. What is it? Dealings. Now, as far as economic dealings, the foundation of economic dealings is based on 3 things. Number 1, laws. We have to learn the teachings in the Quran and the Sunnah regarding What dealings are haram, what dealings are halal. How to deal. What is dealing? How do you make a transaction? How do you buy? How do you sell? The longest verse in the Quran, the longest, it is verse 282 of Surah Al-Baqarah. It is called Ayat ad-Deen. The verse of debt, it is the longest. The longest verse is not regarding Tawheed. It is not about obeying the Prophet of Allah. It is not Salah. It is not fasting. It is not Zakat. It is not Jihad. It is a Ma'amala, dealing. What is it? Dealing. And Allah, when it comes to dealings, keep this in mind. When it comes to ibadat, and the ulama have mentioned, regarding this verse, Allah has mentioned 50 principles and laws in this one verse. 50. And the ulama say, as far as ma'amalat are concerned, what a person's dealings are concerned, one is ibadat, one is ma'amala. As far as ibadat is concerned, Allah Rabbul Izzat has given the Prophet the go-ahead. Teach the people how to pray, how to give zakat, how to give sadaqah, how to do this, how to do that. But when it comes to dealings, Allah Rabbul Izzat said to the Prophet of Allah, on the side now, I will explain. When it comes to dealings, Allah intervenes Himself. You know why? Man can make a mistake. Allah doesn't want no mistake here from anybody. Now the first one was this. I'll go in detail later. Before I finish. Faqih Abu Lays Samarkandi, Nasr bin Muhammad bin Ibrahim Abu Lays Samarkandi, Mutawaffa 373. He says, I'm reporting this from my father. Listen to this carefully. I'm reporting, what am I reporting? He said, my father, he narrates a hadith to me. And he said, the Prophet of Allah said, every day, 5 angels descend. One descends on Makkah. One descends on Medina. One descends on Baytul Maqdas. One descends on the cemetery of the Muslims. And one descends on the markets. Now what do these angels say? This. The first one says, that descends on Makkah. He says, oh people, be warned. Those people that reject, avoid, take lightly the ahkam, the rulings of Allah, they will be deprived from His mercy. Those people that abandon and avoid the awamirillah, the rulings of Allah, the ahkamat of Allah, the commands of Allah, they will be deprived from the mercy of Allah. Number 2, the angel that descends on Medina, what does he say? It's obvious. He says, be warned those people that abandon the sunnah of the Prophet of Allah. They will not qualify for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's shifa'ah and intercession on the day of judgment. The third angel that descends on Baytul Maqdas, what does he say? He says, those people that accumulate and consume haram, none of their ibadat will be accepted on the day of judgment. The angel that descends on the cemetery of the Muslims, he says, what does that angel say? Listen carefully. He says, you people, you dead people, what do you desire the most? And what do you envy the most? Ghibta in Arabic. Ghibta. Not hasad. Ghibta. What do you desire the most and envy the most? Now, what do you regret? Sorry, what do you regret the most? They say we regret that we wasted our life chasing the dunya. I'm not saying this. This is the hadith. These people in the grave say, we regret wasting our time. Meaning, those things which we could make deen. My dear respected brothers, being intimate with your wives, I'm saying this over and over, it is deen if the intention is correct. Smiling at your Muslim brother, it is deen if the intention is correct. Putting your hand on a orphan's head, it is deen if your intentions are correct. Going out to buy grocery for your family, it is deen if your intentions are correct. Going to the toilet, relieving yourself and coming out, it is deen if your intentions are correct. But if intentions are not correct, none of this is deen. Then you need balance, deen dunya balance. I said you don't need no balance. Everything is deen. Me standing up, me sitting down, it is deen. If you do it for who? Allah. All right. So now the angel that descends on the cemeteries, on the Muslim cemetery says, what do you regret the most? The dead say, we regret that we wasted our life. And then what do you envy? They said, we envy those people that used to read the Quran, understand the Quran, send peace and salutations upon the Prophet, do tawbah and istighfar, and we have done nothing. Then that angel that descends on the markets of the Muslims, you know what he says? He said, stop, the angel says. Can you hear? Can anyone hear this? Can anyone hear this?
No.
He's more sensible than all of us. At least he answers. No, we can't hear. You know why we can't hear? This is not clean. If this was clean, you would be hearing angels. In the battle of Badr, didn't the Sahaba see the angels? Didn't they see them? They saw them. How is this possible? Now the angel that descends on the markets, he says, stop for a second. The angel is saying, not me. He says, stop. Fa Allah Rabbul Izzat's wrath and his anger. And don't you know Allah Rabbul Izzat's majesty and grandeur? And that person that fears Allah's majesty and grandeur, that person that fears, he should ask forgiveness for his sins. And then the angels say, we encouraged, but you were not interested. We warned, but it did not change you. And if it was not because of some few people that fear Allah, and the milk suckling babies, and the old in ruku and sajda, and the animals that roam the world, Allah Rabbul Izzat would have punished you long time ago. This is the announcement of the angels, not my announcement. Now second one, I said here laws. First is to learn how to do business. So if you're a businessman or you do business, it is farz ayn, mandatory, obligatory for you to learn the laws of commerce. Obligatory. And if you go in commerce or in business without learning this, you will be committing haram. And then that angel who announces on the Muslim markets, he's addressing you. Stop, don't you fear Allah's wrath and his anger? All right, number 2, avoidance. Avoidance of what? Usury. Avoidance of what? Gharar, deception. Avoidance of what? Cheating. Avoidance of what? Lying. Number 3, all one's transactions should be based on justice and fairness. Have we got time now? What's the time? Oh, stop this already. So as far as the first dimension, which Imam Ghazali Rahmatullah Alayhi mentions regarding economic dealings, there are 3 sub-branches for this. Laws, learn the laws of commerce, of business. Number 2, avoidance of what? Deception, gharar, usury, etc. Number 3, All our dealing should be based on what? Justice and fairness. Inshallah, we'll continue next week. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka.